welcome to Hot Springs. It's the moment that every Conway Lady Cat player, coach, parent, guardian, and fan has been waiting for. It's championship basketball here on Conway Corp. I'm Levi Gilbert alongside color analyst Tim Roach, and we are live courtside here at Bank OZK Arena for what has felt inevitable all season. It's your number one ranked Conway Lady Cats taking on fellow 6A Central foe, the number 2 ranked and defending state champions, the North Little Rock Lady Charging Wildcats.
All the basketball gods have lined everything up. This is what it should be. It's been 1 and 2 all year long, really 1 versus 2 all year long. But for a week or so there, these are the teams. We are happy to be here.
That's it. We always love to set the stage and help folks remember just how Conway got to this point. It's been 2 seasons now of the Lady Cats taking the program to new heights, national heights even. Conway's been nationally ranked in several polls each of the last 2 seasons. Lady Cats are currently ranked number 17 in the country in the ESPN SportsCenter Next poll. Lady Cats have won the 6A Central title each of the last 2 seasons, and they've held the number 1 ranking in the state throughout most of the last 2 seasons. But unlike last season, the Lady Cats are playing their best ball of the year here in the postseason and have found postseason success, beating their 2 opponents soundly up in Rogers in the 6A state tournament, Fayetteville and Central, invoking the sportsmanship rule against both of them. Against Fayetteville in the quarterfinals, it was a vintage 1-2 punch of Clardy and Savannah Scott with 22 and 12 points respectively.
Yeah, the Fayetteville game was really everything that you hoped it would be, not only because of the year previous or 2 years previously, but you wanted to see us come out in the playoffs, play the kind of game that we knew we could play that we had not shown 2 years previously. Once you started out that way, you kind of knew this was different.
Yeah, and then it was Central in the semifinals, a game that it just carried so much weight to it after the upset against Central in last year's state tournament. But there was no chance of an upset last Saturday. The 2-3 zone defense stifled Central again. Savannah Scott was dominant in the first quarter. And then when Central started double teaming her in the post, it opened up the perimeter shooting, and the Lady Cats hit 8 threes.
Yeah, this was a team that beat us during the regular season, the only loss in conference play at their place. And it was the start of a 3-game losing streak that Coach Ashley has talked about for at length about how impactful that was. That team scared me to death. Marlon Williams is a great coach, and so he was going to be ready, but we really outplayed them from start to finish.
Yeah, and one last opponent remains between the Lady Cats and a state championship, and it's not an unfamiliar foe. In fact, the way this state tournament has shaped up has been very serendipitous for the Lady Cats. It has given them a chance to right several wrongs from the past. They opened with Fayetteville in the quarterfinals, like we talked about. It was Fayetteville who ended the Lady Cats season in the final seconds of the 2021 semifinals. Then in this year's semifinals with Central, Conway was able to avenge that quarterfinals loss from last season. And now with North Little Rock, the Lady Cats get the opportunity to win a championship against a foe that has kept them from that same prize both in 2016 and in the 2018 championship games. Conway's faced North Little Rock twice this season, obviously in conference play. And while both games led to victories for Conway, they were both very different battles. Back in Conway in January, the Lady Cats built a steady lead at home through the first 3 quarters, but a 4th quarter surge by North Little Rock made it very tight late.
Yeah, even if we see today, if we were to see North Little Rock get behind by double digits, don't turn your TV off. This is a team that can absolutely wear you out. They can find ways to win, and that's what they did against Conway. They didn't pull out the win, but it was a 4-point game at the end. But they had the lead in the 4th quarter after being down by 14 before it all went wayward, let's say. But the Lady Cats had enough to come out in the end.
Then in the second conference game, which was on the road at North Little Rock, the Lady Cats were in foul trouble and trailed really throughout the game. It took a 4th quarter comeback and a Chloe Clardy takeover to get that win and really help secure strong footing in what would eventually become a 6A Central title.
So in that game, right, it was the reverse of that. So you saw the Lady Cats show all heart and character that we know that they had. It's not very many times this year, just a few, where they were down late or it was a tight ball game late. When you play all year long and you don't really face that adversity, it's great to see how they reacted in a hostile environment. North Little Rock is just is a tough place to play.
Yeah, always. And it was a Saturday too. It was just a weird thing. It's the 5th time in the Ashley Hutchcraft era that Conway has made it here to Hot Springs. They won it all once under Hutchcraft back in her first trip here with Conway in 2014 against Northside. The Lady Cats got back in 2015, 2016, and 2018. But this is the first time back in 5 years, and a win today will secure the 3rd championship in program history. The Lady Cats won their first championship in 2008 under the coaching of Janet Taylor.
Yeah, so if you talk to Ashley, and she knows all the history, she's been a part of the history, a major part of the history of this Lady Cat program. If you talk to her about this team, it is an unbelievable, almost respect as to how they've gone about their business, even in the face of adversity. And this team just kind of feels different. I mean, there's a lot to it. They've been set up by all the Lady Cats prior to them. There's a lot of respect for historical Lady Cats into the program. This is a culmination, really, this year of all those things. And I got the feeling in talking to her this week that this game is almost like a reward. It's not necessarily all of the pressure and all the things that have been going on all year long, being number one, having the target all year long, and then waiting for this game and it all building to this moment. I think the big breath came after the Central game this past week.
Yeah, I mean, the word she used was like a burden had been lifted off this team after that Central game in the semifinals, after everything they went through a year ago, being upset in the playoffs in their first game, and then being able to come back. I mean, lesser teams, I don't know. They might have completely just folded or split apart. You just never know how things like that are going to play out. But all these seniors came back. They've got these 3 sophomores that are playing so well. And like you mentioned earlier, they went through a tough stretch during conference. They lost again at Central and then went on the road in the national showcase in Washington and lost 2 more games. But since then, man, oh man, they have been on an absolute tear.
Yeah, I will tell you, what I've seen after that, and we've talked about it during some of our broadcasts, the home conference games, what I have seen is a little bit of a swagger, a little bit of confidence. Once they got back and won that first game, it really, I don't know if a light came on, but everything about their chemistry and about the way they work on the floor, the defense that they play, the offense, the run-outs, all the things that we can expect, it all looks like it's all kind of right there playing out on the court for them, and they're enjoying the moment. You can tell they're enjoying playing together.
Yeah. And you saw it in those final moments after the Central game, just how happy they were. And like we said, the way she described it, it made me curious. Well, what does a Conway Lady Cat team look like when they're playing unburdened from all of that past? Hopefully that's what we're about to see.
Hopefully it'll be good. Yeah, but here's the thing. They've played with so much pressure all year long. Do they feel pressure in this game? They absolutely will, because it's 1 versus 2. It's North Little Rock. It's all the things that have been building up over years and years and years. And for them, for a Chloe, Clardy, and Savannah, it's been 4 years, right, of playing at this level that they've tried to get to this moment. So, yeah, there's going to be pressure. I think that with Ashley and LaShanta, they've got all the right buttons pushed. I think we'll see a really good game by your Lady Cats today.
North Little Rock has several advantages. I mean, we're not going to diminish North Little Rock at all, but one advantage in particular they have is they know what it's like to play in here. They were just here a year ago, and oh, by the way, they won it all.
Yeah, well, this is not a gym. This place it's an arena that houses basketball. It's a great setup. However, it's very different when you have the backdrop behind the baskets. It's just a different court. They did not get any shoot-arounds. The only thing they got was the warm-up today. And so for our shooting, our people like Emery Bohannon, even Chloe and Samaya and Camille, all the ones that really take a lot of threes, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. It may cause us to go inside a little bit more.
It is the Centennial Bank 6A state final here on Conway Corp. I'm Levi, he's Tim, and we can only show our courtside cam. So if you're at home and you're watching, you're thinking, well, when are they going to show what's on the court? Yeah. It's courtside cam. You're getting your home team audio call. So pull us up on a second screen. You can watch the on-court action on Arkansas PBS, both of which are on Conway Corp. So either way, Conway Corp has got you covered. Oh man, here we go.
You get to see you'll get to see Fan Tim a little bit. and let me go ahead and just apologize for all of you that don't want to see that, but you're going to see Fan Tim today.
Well, hopefully we don't.
I bet you will.
Hopefully it's not necessary to see Fan Tim too much.
The Lady Cats are the home team, correct?
Yes.
Now, that doesn't really, in basketball, doesn't necessarily have any kind of advantage to it. But we are the home team, and so we should be introduced. Do they do it? Do you know if they do it this way, one and one?
Yeah, they should introduce North Little Rock first.
All of it? Okay. I didn't know if they did one and one. So.
All right, getting underway with our pregame festivities.
Student section. Look at the student section.
Oh, man, it is full all the way deep. Conway student section to our right, North Little Rock student section to our left. Yeah, North Little Rock is a little bit closer to us, so you may hear a little bit more anger and aggression if Conway's playing well. North Little Rock on the year ranked number 2 in the state, 26-5 overall. They finished 9-3 in the 6A Central, finished second in conference. With 3 losses they had in conference play, 2 of them to your Wampus Cats, and then 1 in the very last game of the regular season to Cabot.
Yeah, well, and Cabot was playing really good basketball late, so don't let that loss.
Well, and they were still trying to play for something too. With a win, they could possibly have moved up to 3, but they were still playing for something. North Little Rock, they already had the 2 seed locked in.
Yeah, but again, Cabot was playing really well, so that loss really, for all of your points, doesn't really matter.
All right, time now for the starting lineups for North Little Rock. 5'5" senior guard number 1, Garen Freeman. 5'10" junior guard number 4, Jocelyn Tate. 5'9" senior guard number 15, April Edwards. At forward, a 5'10" senior number 22, Jemiah Brown. And rounding out the starting 5 for North Little Rock, 6-foot junior forward, number 34, Madison Hatley.
A lot of scoring there. They are a very capable offensive team.
All right, time to introduce the home team here in the 6A state final. It is your Conway Lady Cats, and it is the familiar 5 that we've had pretty much all season. 5'5" senior guard number 1, Caden Beckwith. 5'10" senior guard number 13, Chloe Clardy, the Stanford commit. Getting those shoes shine. 5'7" senior guard number 21, Camille Brown. The only non-senior starter, 5'9" sophomore guard, number 24, Alexis Cox. And 6'4" senior center, number 42, Savannah Scott. The Tim Roach is definitely the loudest environment we've got to do again this year.
Yeah, this is going to be something. If it remains a tight ball game, even if it's not, this is liable to be the most intense ball game of the year that we have seen, and probably in the state. This is 1-2. There are a lot of great programs at all classifications. This is 1 versus 2 in the state. This is 1 versus 2 in the Central and in 6A. So
and you got Division I athletes on the floor on both sides. It's just a total blast. A great opportunity to see some amazing basketball here in Hot Springs.
You got your radio gig lined up? You ready to go?
I think so.
All right.
We do have the scoreboard, so folks will be able to see that throughout, but I probably will call it a little more like a radio game. Conway will control the tip, get it to Alexis Cox, and Alexis going up early for 2.
Man, I mean, just a great tip, and they knew that where it was going to begin with.
Jemiah Brown brings it up for North Little Rock, swings it over to April Edwards.
Lady Cats in a 2-3 zone.
Same zone that we saw against Central. Open 3-point attempt is up for North Little Rock, short. He'll be chased down by Caden Beckwith.
Good hustle by Caden to go in the corner to get the ball.
Caden finds Chloe Clardy. Chloe, no hesitation. just off the back of the rim, and it's not going to be out on Conway. It will indeed be out on your Lady Cats. North Little Rock ball.
Yeah, good look by Chloe on the baseline. Just off the mark.
You can feel the energy early.
Well, April Edwards, who took the shot, for North Little Rock first shot, she can absolutely score at all spots, and she's got that open spot there at the three-point line. If they can knock that down, Jemiah Brown the same way, if they can knock those down, it could change things defensively for your Lady Cats.
And swing it around, trying to figure out this zone defense. Freeman gets in the paint, it's going to throw it away. It'll be Conway Lady Cat basketball.
Well, they forced her to her left hand. She went into the lane and then tried to make a pass back across the lane, and there was nobody home.
Senior Caden Beckwith bringing it up for your Lady Cats. They get the offense set. She's going to move Alexis Cox, tell her to stay over there. Hands it off to Alexis, back to Caden. They feed it down to Savannah Scott. Savannah unable to control the ball all the way in, and some North Little Rock basketball.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there in for Savannah. They're going to try to go one-on-one right now, but they are going to have backside pressure.
Brown gets inside, and her shot is off the mark. Alexis Cox pulling down the rebound. Here come the Lady Cats. Chloe Clardy on the baseline. Up and under, split two defenders, gets her own rebound. Contact from behind, North Little Rock in transition. Jemiah Brown going to kick it over to Darren Freeman. Freeman gets down on the baseline. Savannah Scott's going to pull it down.
There I am with Phantom throwing the ball down low, but they're not going to do that. Caden's going to run the baseline.
Caden forcing the issue in the paint, and she draws first foul of the game against North Little Rock.
Going to get Hatley, I believe.
It will be on Hatley. Camille Brown set to inbound. Finds Chloe Clardy.
So far, they're letting them play pretty well. I mean, that was an obvious foul.
Camille Brown, three-point shot is up quickly. Savannah Scott trying to fight for a rebound. Alexis Cox ended up with it, but her putback attempt will not fall.
Boy, everybody seems a little bit tight on their shots right now.
Three-point bucket up early for North Little Rock. It's off, but it's rebounded by Jocelyn Tate.
Yeah, long rebound all the way to the baseline.
Edwards with the three-point attempt. It bounces around. Savannah Scott pulling down another rebound. Gets it up to Caden Beckwith.
Good defense by the Lady Cats there. Flying out of the three, flying out at both threes.
2-0, still here almost 3 minutes into the game.
Good screen.
Clardy, three-point attempt at the top of the key and sinks it. 5-0 lead for Conway.
Really good screen at the top of the key by Savannah. Nice, open, relaxed J by Chloe, and there was nothing but net.
Quick shot up by Jemiah Brown. Nowhere near the mark. It's going to be out on North Little Rock. So 5-0 run to start the first quarter, 3 minutes into the game.
Well, we talked about the shooting here being maybe a little bit difficult because of the environment. The background is a little bit different, so it takes some time to adjust. Probably see some better scoring in the second and third quarters, but right now, a little tight.
Clardy working at the top of the key. She gets in the lane. Off the backboard, won't go. Savannah Scott fighting for it. Cox will end up with it.
Great hustle by Alexis.
Alexis open for three. She doesn't hesitate, and the Lady Cats have 2 threes here in the first quarter.
Wow, 8-0 start by your Lady Cats.
They feed it inside to Tate. Tate going to kick it back out to Freeman. Freeman finds Madison, but blocked by Savannah Scott. North Little Rock will end up with it. They find Madison again, and Hatley able to get North Little Rock on the board.
Yeah, great defense by Savannah to start the play. Just a scramble ball, and North Little Rock took advantage of it.
8-2 Lady Cats on top. Camille feeding it down to Savannah Scott. Easy bucket for Savannah. Had great position on Hatley.
Yeah, I mean, that's just as easy as you please. That's exactly how they want to run that when they're going to just single up Savannah. You're going to see that happen. She's going to go straight to the basket.
Stolen away by Camille Brown. Camille bringing it up. She does not have numbers. She is going to draw the contact on, is that Freeman or Tate?
Garen Freeman.
Would be on Garen Freeman. So 2 fouls now against North Little Rock.
Yeah, they're going to call it on the floor. She never got a chance to go up with it.
There will be a media timeout. Lady Cats on top 10-2 here in the first quarter. It's been a great start so far for Conway. The schools participating in this state basketball tournament game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association, as authorized by their school board. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. So 10-2 to start the game for your Conway Lady Cats. 3:39 to play here in the first quarter. Lady Cats have hit 2 threes.
Well, it's been, and that's not exactly what I thought we would see. I didn't think we would see that a couple of the shots go down like that, given the environment. But they have left us a little bit open. One was contested. What I was shocked to see was how open Savannah Scott was down the last play. Now, that could be because they're having to get out on the shots because we're knocking them down. And now you've got to cover Savannah, or now you leave Savannah alone because you're trying to get the outside. And when you leave Savannah alone, could be an easy 2.
Well, we saw what happened in the semifinals in that first quarter against Central. Savannah Scott, she got fed early and often, had 10 points in that first quarter.
It was a case of pick your poison, which can be that way with this team. You can either choose to let Chloe and Alexis and Caden and Camille beat you, or you can let Savannah, but you can't do it all. Yeah. If we're hitting the shots from the outside, it opens up everything else for the Lady Cats.
Camille Brown inbounds, tries to find Caden Beckwith, but pass a little too hot. Said Freeman bringing it the other way for North Little Rock.
Yeah, good defense there. Good
finds Tate in transition, North Little Rock. They pull within 6, 10-4.
Yeah, that was just a good feed. Once they got the steal, it was an easy basket in transition for North Little Rock.
Cats working it around the perimeter.
They're doing the sag down. They're gonna try to help on the backside with Savannah. So if that happens, there's just enough space. There you go.
Camille gets in the paint. And that will be the third team foul called against North Little Rock, and she will go to the line to shoot 2. That's Hadley. That's going to be her second, I believe. Yeah, that's 2 on Hadley.
Okay, and that's their big post player that has responsibility for Savannah. And so 2 fouls there. Now you can go at Savannah and try to pick up that quick third foul.
Neil Brown hits the first free throw with no problems. Samaya Jordan checking in for the Lady Cats. It looks like Emery Bohannon is going to check in for Camille at the next dead ball.
And North Little Rock brought in Sierra Evans, who is the backup for Hatley.
Second free throw is missed, but Alexis Cox fights for a rebound, and Conway has possession again.
Yeah, reset. Nicely done by Alexis. Good hustle. Which that's 2 or 3 loose balls so far she's been able to take care of. Good cut.
Alexis Cox goes to her left. She draws contact, and she'll get a trip to the free throw line. 11-4, Lady Cats on top, and Alexis Cox going to have a chance to add to that lead.
When we saw the first game against North Little Rock, it was North Little Rock getting into the paint, creating the fouls. We were in foul trouble at the very beginning of the ball game. This point, right now, it's North Little Rock with the foul trouble.
Sophomore Alexis Cox hits the first free throw. Emery Bohannon checks in for Camille Brown.
Trying to see, I can't really tell how many team fouls there are. I don't think it shows on the board.
I believe they're either 4 or 5 now.
4 or 5, yeah.
I may be able to see that here on the stats. 13-4, Lady Cats on top. Lead cut down by Jocelyn Tate with the floater on the baseline.
That's really the only spot in this defense.
Samaya Jordan's shot is blocked on the other end.
There are 2 spots in this defense they play. If you can run the baseline and get it over Savannah, okay, then you're going to get that shot. You also have open shots at the elbow, but you have to knock down shots.
Emery Bohannon inbounds to Samaya Jordan.
2 sophomores.
Bohannon back over to Jordan. Bohannon here again, gets it to Clardy. Clardy finds a little seam on the baseline, and she is blocked by Jocelyn Tate.
Good block by Jocelyn Tate. Good strong move by Chloe, though.
Edwards trying to work the left side. She gets into the lane. And Conway's going to pick up their first foul of the first half.
Well, and she was, and I like where we are in the foul situation as Alexis Cox. April was a little out of control going to the baseline, but they bailed her out.
Are going to be Lady Cat basketball?
Yeah, I think that's a blown call.
Well, hey.
But I will take it. I'm not opposed to it. If you're going to ask me, I'm not opposed to it.
Well, North Little Rock had trouble on the inbound. Instead, it's going to be Conway Lady Cat basketball. They lead 13-6 here in the first quarter. 1:49 to play. So Jordan doing work. Shot won't fall, but Alexis Cox comes in, gets it over to Savannah Scott, and Scott has 4 points here in the first quarter.
Wow, Alexis Cox on loose balls today has been absolutely out of her mind. What a great play by Alexis.
15-6 now. They feed it into Tate, kick it over to Freeman. Freeman it's cut off by Scott, and Tate's shot won't go. Conway's going to end up with it. Another rebound for Savannah. Samaya Jordan fouled in transition, but no damage done as North Little Rock could not get the shot to fall, and Samaya Jordan there to get the rebound, and I guess she was fouled as well.
Yeah, she was. I believe, I'm trying to see if that was on Tate. Yeah, that worked out in Conway's favor.
All right, timeout on the floor. We'll take a little break here as well. Back with more after this break here on Conway Corp. As we come out of the timeout, Lady Cats up 15-6, a minute 15 to play here in the first quarter, and Conway with the basketball.
There was a late foul right there on the defensive play by North Little Rock, so there's one more foul to check on. I think it was Tate.
Chloe Clardy has the ball poked away. Lady Cats will inbound here on the near side.
So when they're going to the baseline, they are really, really double teaming and flying to the ball.
Gets it into Emery Bohannon. Bohannon going to kick it out to Camille Brown. Camille trying to feed it into Savannah Scott. It's stolen away by North Little Rock. Aaron Freeman bringing it up. It's stolen right back away by Camille Brown. 52 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Lady Cat's going to slow it down just a bit.
Yeah, they are playing tight on Chloe all the way out to the perimeter.
Emery Bohannon puts a three up. It's short, rebounded. Almost stolen away by Chloe Clardy, but Jocelyn Tate going to secure it. She's having trouble bringing it up. Open shot here for Jemiah Brown. It will not fall. And Emery Bohannon is going to be out on her. And she's tried to secure it going out of bounds. Got bumped a little bit.
Yeah, they didn't call it. I thought they might call that, but it was really late in the game there.
Shot clock is turned off. 30.5 to play, and North Little Rock will inbound.
North Little Rock playing really, really good defense the last 3 or 4 times down the floor. Really tough man defense.
Sakiah Hicks in the game for the Lady Wildcats. Seems like North Little Rock happy to just hold it here for the last shot.
Yeah, passing the ball back and forth across the top of the key.
Brown's three is open, and she drains it.
Good look, good clean look there.
4 seconds. Samaya Jordan pulls up at the elbow. Shot won't go, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. North Little Rock cutting the lead down to 6, 15-9 at the end of 1. Take a break and be back with the second quarter here on Conway Corp. Well, Lady Cats shooting 33% from the field. They hit the 2 threes early in the first quarter, but have only attempted one more since then. So they're 2 for 5 in the first quarter. But they've gotten to the free throw line 4 times. North Little Rock still hasn't gotten to the line.
Yeah, and it's a situation where I thought the last 2 minutes of the quarter, North Little Rock did a much better job defensively of getting out on the shots and at the same time denying Savannah down low. Now, we've already got their starting post player in Hatley in foul trouble, and so it's going to be up to their backup to try to cover that. But they're doing a great job of denying us the entry pass.
Yeah, as we start the second quarter, it is still Soraya Evans, backup post player for North Little Rock, on the floor. Lady Wildcats start this quarter with possession. Tate going to kick it out to Brown, and Brown 2 3-point baskets here at the end of the first quarter, and here to start the second quarter. It's a 3-point ball game. Camille Brown's shot won't go. Tough shot in traffic. Hicks brings it up for North Little Rock. It's stolen away from behind by Camille Brown, and Camille takes a hard fall to the floor.
Yeah, they're going to call a foul
on Hicks.
Hicks, yeah.
Okay.
So Jemiah Brown was the one, back in January when we played them in Conway, we had the big lead. She was the one that came down and drained all the threes. She has got a great shot from the outside. Got to cover her, got to fly to the outside to get to her.
Clardy feeds it down to Scott. Scott over to her right, over to Camille Brown. Now Beckwith getting in the paint. Hayden's shot won't go. Big rebound from Savannah Scott. In traffic, gets the shot up, and I don't know, she was so well defended, and Savannah Scott has 6 points now.
Wow. I mean, all kinds of contact. Could not find a foul anywhere. There's the fly out.
Brown, long 2. Doesn't get the bounce. Caden Beckwith pulling down a rebound. Lady Cats in transition. Caden's going to pull it back out. Tried to feed it down to Savannah Scott. It was tipped away. Here comes North Little Rock in transition. They've got numbers. Hicks gets the easy bucket, 17-14.
Yeah, they had numbers going back down the floor and were able to just make an easy basket inside.
North Little Rock on a 5-2 run to start the second quarter.
Oh, wow.
Chloe Clardy was trying to change that. Her shot wouldn't go on the left side. North Little Rock with the bucket again in transition. They try to feed it down to Evans. She couldn't control it in, and Conway will get the ball back.
Yeah, so we have not really scored in a while here, and it's because we're not getting the contact fouls on the inside, but we're not making the shots. And I give credit to North Little Rock. It's been all about their defense here.
Camille Brown and Chloe Clardy gonna take a seat for a few moments. It's Emery Bohannon and Samaya Jordan back in.
North Little Rock staying in their man defense.
Emery Bohannon almost stolen away. Savannah Scott going to end up with it. Gets it back to Jordan. Jordan's long 2 is up. Bounces around, won't go.
Lady Cats have gone cold the last 3-4 minutes.
Freeman bringing it up for North Little Rock.
She's not necessarily a threat to shoot, but April Edwards is.
Yeah, Edwards gets a 3 off. It won't go. They feed it up to Alexis Cox. And Alexis missing the wide open shot. She's had a second chance attempt. Was falling down to her left. No call on the floor.
I mean, that's an absolute foul on Alexis, but no call. Wow.
17-14. Lady Cats have just scored 2 points. Almost 3 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, got hacked on the arm as she was going up. No call. You got to play through it, though.
Katie Fimple checks in for North Little Rock.
Lady Cats still in the 2-3 zone.
Freeman at the top of the key gets it over to Edwards. Edwards moves to her left. Long 2 is up off the back of the rim and rebounded by Cox. Feeds it up to Caden Beckwith. Caden going to pull it back. Reset. Emery Bohannon getting in the paint. Her shot won't go. Rebounded by Scott, and Scott puts it back. Savannah Scott. I think she has 8 points now.
Yeah, she's doing a great job of cleaning up some of those baskets down low. We're getting some penetration. It's just good, tough defense by North Little Rock right now, denying anything in the paint.
Fimple puts a shot up. That 3 won't go. Bohannon pulls it down.
North Little Rock is really playing back for the defense instead of going for an offensive rebound.
Emery Bohannon makes her move, finds Savannah Scott, and Savannah going up strong, draws the contact. I think this is going to be on Soraya. No, they're going to call it
Garen Freeman.
on Garen Freeman. That'll just be
her second.
That'll be her second. Okay, so that is the 7th team foul against North Little Rock, just one against your Lady Cats. Savannah Scott smoothly hits the first free throw. Lady Cats 4 for 5 from the free throw line here in the first half. Chloe Clardy and Camille Brown checking back in for your Lady Cats.
North Little Rock's really spending a lot of energy defensively. I mean, it is absolutely all out to cover us. They made a great run here. But,
Savannah Scott hits both free throws.
But it does cost them on the offensive end because their legs are so out.
4:21 to play here in the first half. Lady Cats up 7.
2-3 got to cover.
Skip it over to Tate. Camille Brown coming across. Gets a hand on it, deflects it out of bounds. It'll stay here with North Little Rock. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
You've got Camille Brown and Emery Bohannon really working the baseline to cover Jemiah and April Edwards.
Jemiah Brown, no hesitation on her three. Goodness gracious. She's got 3 threes here in the first half.
Last three in a row that were threes, she's knocked down, and they've been pure.
Cuts the lead down to 4. Lady Cats trying to extend it again. We're going to get Savannah Scott for a foul on a rebound attempt.
Yeah, over the back. Good call. She was trying for the rebound, just over the back. So the question now is going to be.
We're going to have a media timeout.
Okay.
Yeah. Something we're not super used to, but that's just how it goes here in the state finals. Glad to be able to have to do it.
Well, so what they have, are we going to break?
I'm going to do a read real quick.
Okay, right.
The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this state basketball tournament game, is a voluntary, nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. North Little Rock has outscored the Lady Cats 8-6 here in the second quarter and cut the lead down to 4.
Well, and so North Little Rock, uber talented team, and Pimple knows what he's got going on. They have really done it defensively. Everything's led to their points, except for the threes, which Jemiah Brown, if you give her any space, if she gets her feet set, she's going to knock them down. And so in this timeout, in this media timeout, you've got Ashley over there talking about how they're going to make sure they've got somebody in Jemiah's face. She's really right now the only one hurting them. When I look up on the board of the 5 they have out there right now, there are 0 points up and down except for one number.
Yeah.
And she's got 9.
Jemiah Brown, 9. 3 for 6 shooting from 3. 3:49 to play as we come back, and North Little Rock has possession here. Surprised these kids know this song. This was a TV show of my youth.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince. I guess it has come back, but
Has it?
it has. Yeah, there's like a new version. I haven't watched it, but they get it down to Tate inside. And Savannah Scott, great defense, and gets the rebound.
Good, solid defense by the Lady Cats down low in that zone.
Emery Bohannon open for 3. It's going to be short. Samaya Jordan gets the rebound, tries to feed it to Savannah Scott. It's stolen away.
Yeah, that's a good thought. She could have gone up with that. She decided to try to go to Savannah.
Edwards' three-point attempt is up on the other end, and we have a 1-point ball game. 3-point shooting is brought North Little Rock back within 1.
Yeah, they've really abandoned any kind of penetration now and just shooting the threes.
Clardy gets it over to Jordan. Back to Clardy. Clardy trying to make a move against Tate, and she's going to draw the contact on Tate. That will be her second foul.
So that's with this defense that they're playing, this hard-nosed defense that they've got flying at us. It's causing them some foul trouble. That's their 8th team foul, 2 for the Lady Cats. that 2-3 zone, we were really hoping would keep our foul trouble down, and it has. It's done that. Now, what it's done, though, is it's opened us up to the 3, and they've knocked those down. What we've got to be able to do is find some way to get inside this man defense they've got.
1-and-1 for Clardy. She sinks that. Free throw shooting has been big here in the first half for the Lady Cats. They're 6 for 7 now. North Little Rock still hasn't got to the free throw line.
Well, they've been shooting outside threes the entire time.
Clardy hits them both, gets the lead back out to 3. Freeman bringing it up for North Little Rock. Lady Cats look like they moved into the 1-3-1. What a shot from Edwards on the baseline.
So you're flying out to get to the 3, to stop the 3, and she pump fakes, goes one spot up, and makes a good shot. She is definitely a scorer for them.
Get it over to Clardy. Clardy, no hesitation. Three-point bucket is up, and it's good.
We're going to have to knock down a few of those to open this thing up a little bit. That's what's going to have to happen right there.
Second 3 of the game for Clardy.
Extended out of the 2-3 into like a 1-3-1 to start off.
They get it inside to Tate. Shot well contested by Camille Brown. Tate can't get it to fall, and Conway with the ball again.
Yeah, good defense by Camille there, and great rebound by Savannah.
Running the weave. Alexis making her move, goes behind the back, gets in the paint, trying to go up. They're going to call it a jump ball. Possession will stay here with Conway.
Okay, that's probably a pretty good call. I'm not going to, she was going up tough. Just, I think, good defensive play by North Little Rock right there.
Camille Brown set to inbound. Gets it into Clardy. Clardy in the paint. Jocelyn Tate coming up strong, gets another block.
Yeah, good block by North Little Rock.
Edwards on the other end. And they're going to say Camille Brown was not set.
Oh, no.
Looks like she had the charge set up, and April Edwards slow to get up for North Little Rock.
Oh, my gosh. That is a terrible call. Completely set up, completely stopped, no movement whatsoever, and she plowed into her. That's an unbelievably bad call.
Edwards' first free throw off to the right. This is the first free throw attempt for North Little Rock. Classy students getting loud. Edwards does hit the second. Three-point ball game again, 1:36 to play. Hicks checking back in for North Little Rock.
Yeah, I'm shocked at that. I just knew that was a charge. There's no other way to call that. All right, you got to settle back in.
They try to get it to Clardy at the free throw line. Instead, they're going to call. They're going to call a foul on Clardy. I thought for a second they were calling it on Edwards.
Well, they're making up for lost time on the calls now.
So 1:26 to play here in the second quarter. North Little Rock back with the ball quickly.
Chance to tie the ball game here with a 3.
Freeman kicks it out to Edwards. Edwards 3 off the front of the rim, and they're going to feed it up to Clardy, who's wide open. Hard foul coming in from Freeman.
Oh,
no
my
call.
gosh, what are we doing?
But Clardy able to get the shot down. Conway back up by 5. Yeah, it was.
Oh, my gosh, well.
I mean, Freeman was very obviously trying to foul.
She knew that she fouled. I mean, you can tell by the way she reacted to it.
Great response there from Edwards. Long 2 falls on the left side, back down to 3. Camille Brown picks up her dribble, gets it into Savannah Scott,
Right
gets
cut.
Camille on the cut, and Camille Brown gets her first bucket in the paint.
Well, that was a picture-perfect give and go.
Shot clock is turned off. 5-point lead for your Lady Cats. Edwards.
Got to get there.
Hesitation, gets the shot off on the baseline. Short 2 will fall. 15 seconds left. A chance for your Lady Cats to extend the lead.
Up by 3, 10 seconds left.
It's in Clardy's hands. Down to 5.
Good matchup there.
Clardy, long 2, and it's well off the mark. So the Lady Cats will take a 3-point lead Into halftime, the lead got up to, 8 or 9 at one point in the first quarter, but great three-point shooting effort by this North Little Rock team and some intense defense in the second quarter, and we got a three-point ball game.
Well, defensively, they have been spectacular. Now, it's cost them in the foul game. They had ended up, I think, the first half with 8 fouls. But offensively, their three-point shooting has just been on point for North Little Rock. We have not knocked down as many outside, and we've turned the ball over and kind of uncharacteristically.
Yeah, Lady Cats have turned the ball over 7 times compared to 6 for the Lady Wildcats. All right, they've got 10 minutes up here at halftime. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break. We're going to switch over to our crowd mic, so you won't be able to hear us. You'll still see us, but you'll have the clock right there for you as well, so you'll be able to see how much time is left here at halftime. All right, back with the second half here in a bit on Conway Corp. All right, back live. We got 2.5 minutes before the start of the second half. We got, hey, Lady Cat, former Lady Cat, Haley Estes, right here.
That
That's right there. Yeah.
Haley.
She's been in one of these ball games before.
Yes, she has.
A few of them, in fact. All right, Lady Cats, man, it was 15-9 at the end of the first quarter. I was feeling good. And, well, until right at the end of the first quarter when Brown hit that first three. And then she did not stop hitting threes in the second quarter.
I know.
North Little Rock outscored Conway 18-15 in the second quarter. And it's a three-point ball game as we get ready to start the second half.
Well, it was kind of a tale, really, of two different dynamics. Initially, it was Lady Cats getting pretty much anything they wanted offensively. And if they weren't, they were getting hacked doing it. And so we ended up at the free throw line, did a great job at the free throw line. Called a timeout, Coach Fimple did, and after that timeout, they switched up some things defensively. They're still in a man, but they have a different dynamic in terms of how they're playing it out. What we have not done is to your point, we've not shot the ball very well from the outside, whereas North Little Rock has absolutely killed it from the outside.
Lady Cats are led by the 1-2 punch. We talked about it in the pregame. Chloe Clardy, Savannah Scott, both with 10 points. Savannah 4 for 4 shooting, and then 2 for 2 at the free throw line. She has been really dialed in here in the first half, but it got harder and harder to get her the ball.
Yeah, and what North Little Rock has also done, I think, pretty effectively is they've scored off of turnovers. Their transition game, they've gotten the ball out after the turnover very quickly, run out, and have been able to score pretty effectively. Now, you combine that with good, clean shots that they've had from the outside and then knocking them down. I'd like to know what in the second quarter, what they're just alone in the second quarter, what their three-point percentage was. It was brutally high. Now, some of them were contested. A couple of them were wide open. But, you know, from a shooter's perspective, once you get that stroke going, it's hard to get that equally defended so that they're uncomfortable. We just got to make them uncomfortable beyond the three.
He's Tim. I'm Levi. It's the Centennial Bank 6A state final here on Conway Corp, and it's the Courtside Cats, Courtside Cam only for our broadcast. If you want to see the on-court action, you can see that on Arkansas PBS Channel 2. But if you want to hear the hometown call, you can just stick right here with us and hear our audio as you watch the game on PBS. And hopefully we're just 16 minutes away from what could be the third championship in program history for the Conway Lady Cats.
Lady Cats look like they've opened up in a man. They have.
Tate, highly contested shot, won't drop, and Savannah Scott pulls it down. Up to Cox, up to Clardy, and Clardy gets 2 points quickly here for the Lady Cats.
Just like they started the first play of the game, a good outlet pass, beating a runner out. This time it's Chloe, easy basket. But we are definitely in a man.
Yeah, we've switched out of the 2-3 zone that we played most of the first half. Freeman draws contact. That's going to be on Kaden Beckwith. That'll be just her first.
That's an interesting call because she lowered her shoulder going in. Garen's really right-hand dominant. I mean, she can go to her the left, but she is really right-hand dominant. So in man defense, you're going to have to keep her from going to her right. That's an illegal screen.
Beckwith had to fight through a screen following Edwards. Tate now going up strong, short again. She gets her own rebound. Going to kick it back out to Freeman. Freeman gets in the paint, feeds it over to Soraya Evans, and Evans gets the easy bucket.
Well, and what's going to happen with this man defense that they're running, or that we're running, is we're prone to fouls here, so we're going to have to watch that as we go.
Alexis Cox trying to work the right side, gets it over to Chloe. Feeds it down to Savannah Scott. Savannah Scott, 12 points in the game. She has been perfect on the floor.
Yeah, just one little bump and it's clear basket, so great job by. Good feed into that time as well.
Edwards.
Got Alexis Cox on April Edwards.
Shot will not fall for Edwards as Cox was all over it. Evans got the rebound and looked like she traveled. Instead, it's going to be a foul on Savannah Scott.
I don't know that I can make my hand motions and get away with it here on courtside, but that's a terrible call. He's completely blocked out on the shot. Oh, my gosh.
That would be the second against Savannah.
Wow.
Tate loses her defender. Short jumper won't go. Savannah Scott pulling it down, gets it up to Caden. Lady Cats in transition. They're going to pull back, slow things down. Clardy now at the top.
They are going to stay in their man, it looks like, yeah. Now they may match up out of it.
Hands it off to Alexis Cox. Alexis kicks it back to Clardy, open three. And Clardy has 3 threes here in the game.
Great give and take there by two-game right there by Alexis and Chloe. Back in, back out, open three. Chloe with a knockdown.
Clardy 3 for 4 from deep.
Yeah, looking good from the outside. That's good news for the Lady Cats. Staying in the man.
Camille Brown trying to work through the Edwards screen. Tate tries to find Evans. Kick it back out to Edwards, open for 3. Won't go, but there's Brown, and she's blocked by Savannah Scott, except they're going to call it a foul on Savannah, and that's going to be her third. So 2 quick fouls here in the third quarter for Savannah, and she's going to have to take a seat. Lady Cats have extended the lead to 8 by switching to this man defense, but they picked up fouls.
Yeah, it's 3 fouls in the first 2.5 minutes. No fouls for Missouri. And 2 of those, to your point, 2 of those were on Savannah.
Savannah's going to have to take a seat for probably an extended period of time.
Well, and so here's the deal as well. So you go, now Hatley goes in, so it's a little bit change for offense or defense. And you'll see Alexis running the middle. Now she's undersized in terms of height, but she is all muscle down low. I love her game down low.
So Brown missed the first. She does hit the second, and Coach Fimple wants a timeout as North Little Rock cuts the lead down to 7. So Lady Cats have gone on a 7-2 run to start the third quarter, building some momentum, but fouls have made things interesting.
Yeah, this is, I mean, and that's the fear. We talked a little bit about that. If you go to this man defense, that's what can happen. Now, we're not getting any benefits of the calls, which everybody knows who knows me knows that I don't like that angle, but it's a fact of the matter. If you are going to go man, you have to be good and you cannot foul. You're going to put them on the line. North Little Rock can knock those down. They're a good free throw shooting team. So we've just got to find a way. I think you'll see a switch out here and there. I don't think we'll stay man the entire time, but we've got to get that 2-3 zone working and cover the threes. You might see the 1-3-1 come out of this.
I feel like we did see that at one point there towards the end of the second quarter, but it may have just been a...
Well, what they do is they start out in the 1-3-1, so they cover the ball at the half-court stripe, and then they evolve back into a 2-3.
North Little Rock picking up the defense full court.
Chloe running point right there.
North Little Rock staying in man. Chloe gets around Tate. And Tate coming in from behind, gets another block.
No foul.
Clardy just not getting any benefit of the doubt today.
No benefit of the doubt, yeah.
But, you know, it's been like that all season.
Yeah, it's not like we haven't seen that.
They inbound to Bohannon. Swing it over to Caden.
20 seconds left on shot clock.
Caden trying to direct traffic.
Yeah, spreading them out.
Shot clock down to 10.
All right, got to start making a move to the basket now.
Alexis gets tangled up, gets it over to Clardy. Back to Caden, open for 3.
Got blocked.
Shot was blocked. And it's going to be a shot clock violation against your Lady Cats.
Well, and that's not necessarily Caden's strong suit is shooting the three. I think it got blocked regardless.
It did, yeah.
So, all right. So now we have
Samaya
Jordan came
back in.
Yeah.
Camille Brown will take a seat.
Looks like we're still in the man, though. No change yet. Wow, man, extending all the way out to that foot.
Emery Bohannon working hard on Edwards. Edwards gets the shot off. They're going to say the foul was on the floor. That's going to be the fourth team foul against the Lady Cats. We haven't even reached the midway point of the third quarter.
I mean, so we're going to have to come out of this eventually because we're going to get ourselves in too deep foul trouble.
Edwards gets into the paint. Instead, it's going to be called a travel as her shot did fall, but she kind of got a little bit too much slide into that.
I was wondering where it was a late call, but it was the right call.
Samaya Jordan will bring it up for your Lady Cats.
They are going to stay in the man as well. Ooh, nice
Samaya
move.
working through some traffic. It's going to be a foul. It's either going to be on Edwards or Freeman as they tried to come in and trap.
Karen Freeman, that's her third. Now that's good. I would have liked to let that go just a little bit just because she was going to score that, but I'm okay with that. Good decision, Chloe. Almost over and back.
Samaya Jordan over to Cox. Alexis Cox, no hesitation. Shot won't go. Look good from this angle.
Yeah, good looking three.
Tate forcing the issue on the other side. They're going to call another foul on the floor.
Yeah, that's 5.
This time on Samaya Jordan.
That's 5 on your Lady Cats, 1 on North Little Rock.
Coach Ashley Hutchcraft. She wanted a timeout, but I think it's
media.
I think it's time for a media timeout. Well, I think they still called it a Conway timeout.
Okay.
Lead still at 7. All of this action in the lead still hanging around 7.
Well, it's defense on both sides of the floor and a couple of missed shots, but the trouble spot for me is that with 4 minutes left in the third quarter, they're just 2 fouls from shooting the free throws the rest of the way, and we are a long way from it. So this man defense, it's great. No points really getting up. However, foul trouble now.
Only 10 points scored so far here in the third quarter. Lady Cats winning the point differential here in quarter number 3, 7-3. But just been a low offensive output from both teams.
Yeah, that's 5 of the 7. I don't know if it's all of it, but 5 of the 7 have been from Chloe. A basket right after basically the first possession, a breakaway, and then a 3. And that's pretty much all the points we have here.
Lady Cats shooting 36% from the field. North Little Rock just shooting 34%. So it's just been one of those defensive slugfests. But would you really expect anything different?
No. 3 sophomores to go along with Chloe and Caden. You got Samaya, Emery, and Alexis in. Young team on the floor right now.
Freeman set to inbound for North Little Rock, and Madison Hatley. We mentioned it earlier, but she is back in the game.
Right. Alexis Cox playing in the middle.
Get Brown on a set play. Her shot is short. Emery Bohannon chases down the rebound. I get nervous every time Brown gets the ball now.
Yeah, I know, because it's good. Well, A, it's going to go up, and B, it's going to go in.
Emery Bohannon trying to make something happen. She found just a little bit of room on the right side, and second team foul called against North Little Rock.
That's April Edwards' first foul. Emery was doing a great job. I mean, you could see she decided about midway through the court there that it was going to go, and they tried to close it off with two lady charging Wildcats, and she split them.
It's Emery's first point of the game.
Camille coming in now for Caden.
Sky Hicks checks in for North Little Rock as
Hatley.
Hatley comes out.
Yeah, they're going to kind of go small as well. That's interesting.
Second one won't drop. It's 8-point lead now for Conway. Hicks bringing it up. Tries to get it to Freeman, and a missed call there.
Wow.
Freeman in the paint. Shot too strong. Camille Brown pulls it down. Feeds it up to Emery Bohannon. Bohannon gets it to go.
That's
Tough
so
shot.
sweet and so quick to the basket. She had a trailing Lady Charging Wildcat flying at her, and she eased it into the basket.
The Lady Cats have extended the lead to 10. They get it down to Edwards, stripped away by Chloe Clardy. Feeding it up to Camille Brown. Camille gets the stop and the easy bucket, and the Lady Cats are up by 12.
Great defense by Chloe down low, denied the pass inside. Good outlet then to racing down the court, Camille.
Hicks picks up her dribble, gets it to Edwards in the paint. Edwards working the left side. Her shot won't go, but there's going to be a foul called down here on the near side. It's so loud I didn't even hear the whistle.
No. Oh my gosh.
They're going to call it on Alexis Cox. That is going to be her second. That'll send April Edwards to the free throw line.
I mean, that's such, it's, you couldn't hear it, and that's understandable, but that's just not a very good call.
Edwards hits the first. She's got 11, and it cuts the lead down to 11. She hits them both, lead back down to 10. I think now we've got the media timeout. Coach Ashley Hutchcraft. She is letting her opinion be known on that foul call against Edwards, called on Alexis Cox. 10-point lead for your Lady Cats, 42-32, 2:37 to play, and Lady Cats have gone on a little bit of a run here in the third quarter. It was just 7-3 a few minutes ago. Now it's extended out to 12-5. The Lady Cats have outscored North Little Rock here in the third quarter.
We've done very well defensively. We've shut them down defensively, and then we've been very good in terms of turnovers and creating some turnovers and getting the runouts from the basket perspective. Still a little nervous that it's 6-2 in fouls as we're getting. Still, I mean, this is the longest third period in the history of basketball. Still 2.5 left to go. So there's a lot of basketball to be played. This, I mean, as we have seen and as we know, having a double-digit lead on North Little Rock late in the ballgame is nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, we saw how that played out back in January, back at home in Conway.
Well, they basically almost did the same thing to Cabot in the state tournament. Cabot had them down by 8, and they just
trailed most of, pretty much the whole game until that final quarter. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, Sorry.
Oh, man. Conway with possession as we come out of the timeout. 2:33 to play here in the third quarter.
They have, that's interesting because they have switched now with Chloe running the point pretty much exclusively.
Samaya Jordan kicks it out to Emery Bohannon. Emery gets her shot up. It's short, but there's Samaya Jordan with the rebound. Second chance attempt won't go, and April Edwards hauls it in.
Great rebound by Samaya, just didn't quite finish.
Camille Brown looked like she had a charge again, and again they're going to call a foul on Camille. That's going to be her second.
It is 7 fouls to 2, and every foul that could go that way has gone that way. So they have, I don't know if there was a decision to just make sure that you reverse it, but it's just,
Camille Brown was talking with one of the officials after the foul, trying to get an explanation.
Well, and so was Coach Hutchcraft.
Camille leads the team with charges drawn. And Jocelyn Tate goes 1 for 2 at the line, lead down to 9.
Need a good offensive set here. Got Samaya Jordan running the point.
Looking to get it down to Clardy. They swing it over to Cox.
More like Bo getting that shot off later.
Jordan makes her move into the paint. She's going to draw the foul.
Wow, that is just some superior ball handling and decision.
It's going to be on Hicks.
It's her second. The sophomore with some elite level ball skills. Samaya Jordan, I've talked about her in our previous broadcast. she just is a do-everything kind of player. I mean, she's really super impressed and still just a sophomore.
Samaya gets the first to drop. She led all scorers in the semifinals against Central.
Yeah, and I mean, and it was outside, inside, everything, doing it defensively. Not only did she lead team scoring, I mean, she was just an outstanding player in that ball game.
She hits them both, her first 2 points of the game. And the lead back out to 11. Jordan picks up Freeman on the defensive side. They hand off to Tate. Tate's going to get it over to Hicks. Hicks going up. Shot won't go. Great position by Jordan to secure the rebound. And then working out of a double team. Conway has numbers. They hit it over to Chloe Clardy. Clardy's shot won't fall. Long rebound to Brown.
I got to get back.
North Little Rock in transition. They will pull back.
That would have brought the house down had that three gone.
Hicks gets it over to Tate. Tate getting in the paint, turns around, and she gets the easy two.
Yeah, that was a great move by her.
Clardy inbounds to Camille Brown. Camille will bring it up.
9-point game.
Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Camille trying to do work. Tries to find Samaya Jordan. It's stolen away by North Little Rock.
Yeah, got kind of caught down there at the lane and could not find anywhere to go with it. And good steal and good decision by North Little Rock to play her in kind of a double team fashion.
Tate working the baseline. Another easy two for Tate. Cuts it back down to 7. Shot clock is off. Conway with the last possession here if they want it.
You may see Conway change a little bit defensively in the fourth quarter. We're getting shy about committing fouls, and so once you do that, North Little Rock's taken advantage of it and gotten to the paint very easily because we're afraid of committing those fouls.
Down to 10. Kaden makes her move. Gets it over to Alexis Cox. Alexis going up. Did they call it on the floor, or is she going to go to the line? Okay, Alexis going to go to the line for 2, so 2.2 to play here in the third quarter, and that is the 4th foul on Garen Freeman. That's a big one.
That's a big foul because now, I mean, she runs the show offensively from a point guard perspective, but she's in charge of guarding the ball handler on our side. If they're going to stay in the man, that may be a problem for them as well.
Alexis hits the first. Lady Cats, 11 of 13 from the free throw line. Has been big. And she hits them both. Lead back out to 9. Final shot is up, and it will be nowhere near the mark. The Lady Cats, 8 minutes away from a potential 3rd championship in program history. They've got a 9-point lead as we head to the fourth quarter. Back with the final 8 minutes after this break on Conway Corp. All right, bringing it back live here. Well, we never left, but
no.
Cut our audio off for just a few moments. Down to the fourth quarter. Your Lady Cats have built a 9-point lead. They outscored North Little Rock 16-10 in the third quarter. And most of that without the 12 points from Savannah Scott, as Savannah had to sit on the bench for most of that quarter with 3 fouls. But she will be back in the game as we start the fourth quarter, and student sections on both sides getting into the fun here in Hot Springs.
Yeah, so this is a situation where now the offense changes up a little bit. You've got a dynamic that's really in the middle. Without her, we run a different kind of offense. They got Alexis Cox in the middle. Now she goes back out to the wing. You bring Savannah down the middle. It changes up defensively as well.
The other thing that's a factor here is that the Lady Cats, or North Little Rock, already in the bonus as we start this final quarter. Lady Cats still 3 fouls away from getting in the bonus themselves.
Yeah, that alone might take us out of our man defense. We'll have to see what happens when we set up defensively.
Lady Cats start possession here as we start the final quarter. It's going to stay here with Conway as it was poked away, I think, by April Edwards. Guarding Cox. Emery Bohannon will inbound it. Gets it into Cox. Tough pass in, and it's going to draw another foul on Edwards. That's going to be just her second, but 15 foul against North Little Rock.
All right, getting in the paint now.
I think Alexis thought it was in the act of shooting.
I thought
but
it was as well.
Okay, no, it's going to be on the floor. They inbound to Cox.
She's been really active this half.
Gives it off to Bohannon. Swings it over to Caden. Now into Clardy's hands. Clardy feeds it down to Savannah Scott. Savannah, turnaround hook shot is good.
You cannot stop that hook shot. That is an elite level play. I mean, zero hesitation. Man, what a shot.
14 points for Savannah Scott. Lead back up to 11. Edwards. She's going to draw contact on the other end, and she'll go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. The challenge for your Lady Cats here is North Little Rock can chip away at this lead at the free throw line.
Well, and the other thing it does is it gets us in foul trouble, so we've got to be able to run this defense and not foul at the same time.
Edwards 3 for 4 at the free throw line. The first shot will not go, and Lady Cats secure the rebound. Nice break here for Conway. Emery Bohannon. Ball is stripped away. It's going to stay with Conway.
Yeah, good contact on the side there. Coach Fimple and I don't see eye to eye. He thinks it was off of Emery.
They inbound to Clardy.
So they are going to cover up Savannah down low.
Hands it off to Cox. Cox at the top of the key. It's almost a turnover. Clardy ends back up with it, and Coach Hutchcraft is going to call a timeout. A little bit of uneasiness there, to say the least, for your Lady Cats.
Got loose on the side there.
6:50 to play. Going to be a full timeout.
Can't tell now. I think there's still a 30-second timeout. So they are extending their defense out, but what they're doing is they have got one of the lady charging Wildcats on the backside, kind of playing a shadow on Savannah, so it does not look open at all. The entry pass is going to be tough regardless. Now that they're doing that, so the question is, can you move the ball quickly side to side and down to the baseline and get a nice J?
And we're going to have to do it quickly because as we come back, 7 seconds on the shot clock. 6:50 to play here in the final quarter of action in the 6A state final. Lady Cats have built an 11-point lead. Emery Bohannon set to inbound. Gets it into Clardy. Clardy working around Savannah Scott, and it's going to get tied up with Jocelyn Tate. She was trying to get it down to Savannah, but wisely held on to it at the last second, but Tate got her hands in there.
Yeah, gives us the position next time through, so that's the only benefit there. It's going to be tough from there regardless.
Edwards bringing it up for North Little Rock.
We're still in.
Edwards, long two. Won't go. Hicks pulls down a rebound, loses the ball, and Evans and Emery Bohannon locking up. It's going to be another jump ball. This time it will go back to Conway. Emery Bohannon, she's not going to let go of the ball. That's just not going to happen.
No. Come on, Bo. That's exactly what you should be doing. Good defense there by the Lady Cats. Possession worked in our favor that time.
6:24 to play. Caden gets it over to Chloe Clardy.
Good, tough defense North Little Rock has employed here. This man defense is giving us fits.
Gets it back to Clardy. Clardy, long two, off the front of the rim. Is that going to be out on North Little Rock? It'll stay here with Conway, and the shot clock reset as well. Samaya Jordan, Camille Brown checking back in for the Lady Cats. I'll send Caden Beckwith and Emery Bohannon to the bench. Get it into Samaya Jordan. Easy two for the sophomore.
Quick change. Nice play, Coach.
Lead up to 13, 50-37. Lady Cats on top. Edwards going to pull it back, try and reset the play here. Evans coming out deep, sets the screen on Clardy. Edwards, step back three, and it's money.
How is that not a foul on the screen? I mean, they literally jumped out on that screen. Well,
that is going to be the 5th three-pointer made for North Little Rock here in the game, and it cuts the lead down to 2. We're going to take a little break, catch our breath. Final minutes of action coming up here on Conway Corp. They had a 13-point lead, and April Edwards gets around a screen from Soraya Evans and step back three, cuts it down to 10.
Gets around a screen. Wow.
I'm putting it as gently as I can.
That's kind of like a North Little Rock comment. No, it was a hard bump screen. Everybody on the Conway side of the arena, it's one of those that's going to be a judgmental call. And I think technically it was a foul, but oh well.
So 5:41 left in the game. Lead down to 10. You've got 2 Lady Cats with 3 fouls. Savannah Scott, who's got 14 points, and Alexis Cox, who has 9 points. North Little Rock picking up the defense full court here. They're going to inbound to Samaya
nice
Jordan.
Pass.
Just threaded that needle from Camille Brown.
What's interesting here as well is that North Little Rock has 1 timeout left. The Lady Cats with 4.
Get it over to Samaya Jordan, working around Savannah Scott. And they're going to call Savannah for her 4th foul. So we've talked about illegal screens, and we don't get the one called against North Little Rock, but it will be called against Conway.
I mean, you call it there, you're going to call it there, but not here. I mean, that's unbelievable.
So 5:20 to play, and Savannah Scott, 4 fouls.
Yeah. That is the exact same play.
Brown working around Evans. Now it's with Hicks. Hicks finds Tate. Tate working the right side. There comes Savannah Scott. Great defense. Stolen away by the Lady Cats. They feed it up to Chloe Clardy. And Clardy, the bucket and the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Amazing what happens when you make the call. Nicely done by Chloe.
Extends the lead back to 12 for the Lady Cats. And that is 15 points now for Clardy.
So that was what happened defensively was Savannah. They tried to penetrate inside. Savannah went a wall upstairs. I was scared to death.
I was scared as well.
But they didn't. They got the ball out to Chloe deep down. Made the contact happen at the basket. It's a great play.
Clardy makes it a 3-point play and a 13-point lead for Conway. And Savannah Scott is on the bench now. She's going to take a few minutes off with 4 fouls.
You might see a defensive-offensive switch out with Savannah.
Edwards goes behind the back against Clardy. Draws the foul if she gets the bucket.
If that's on Alexis, that's her 4th. It is.
It is. So now you got 2 Lady Cats with 4 fouls. Just can't put it away.
Basically 5 minutes, 4:48 left.
Edwards makes it a 3-point play, cuts the lead back down to 10.
Every foul now going for the Lady Cats. Every foul is a 2-point shot. So North Little Rock in a double bonus.
And the next foul against North Little Rock will put Conway in the bonus. North Little Rock bringing the defense full court. Coach Hutchcraft sitting on some timeouts. She's going to take one here. Draw up an inbound play as North Little Rock closed it down to 10, and they're bringing the pressure.
Yeah, so this is what happened. This is what happened against Cabot in the state tournament. Was Cabot played along, had a nice, comfortable lead, was never probably really comfortable, but then they turned on the pressure. And once that happens, things get a little bit shaky. And when the energy increases, that's when mistakes happen. But here's the thing I like about this. If we can do it without fouling. But this team has faced that kind of pressure when Coach Hutchcraft put them through the ringer in the non-conference schedule in these tournaments they played in. This is the kind of thing they were preparing for, was this very moment where you're going to see the ultimate pressure from an elite level team. Can you handle it?
We come back out on the floor. Alexis Cox still on the floor. She's playing with 4 fouls. Savannah Scott on the bench with 4 fouls.
She's got to be smart here. She's critical to our success.
Camille inbounds to Samaya Jordan. North Little Rock eases the pressure. Well, they're going to show trap here. Samaya's going to get across half court, gets it over to Caden.
Be interesting to see if they stay in that, because if we get the ball across midcourt quickly, puts them in mismatches.
Samaya Jordan with the ball now. Kicks it over to Caden. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Caden finds the seam, draws the foul. Almost got the shot to go, and Caden will go to the free throw line. 4:18 to play, and that is a 7th-team foul against North Little Rock.
I don't know what foul that is on Sakai.
I think that's going to be the 3rd on her. Caden misses the first. In and out on the second. Lead stays at 10. North Little Rock bringing the ball up quickly. Edwards working against Clardy. Goes up strong. Hard, difficult shot, and Clardy pulls the rebound down, feeds it up to Alexis Cox. Alexis off the mark on the opposite end through contact. Here comes North Little Rock again. It's Tate this time as Caden reaches in.
That's a good foul.
Going to make Tate go to the line and work for the 2. Under 4 minutes to play. That's going to take us to our final media timeout. Get one last read in here. Arkansas Activities Association believes that athletes are taught many things through sports in addition to the skills they learn: self-control, ideals of fair play and honesty, respect for authority and for opposing players. To learn these values results in maximum benefits for their athletic experiences. Under 4 minutes to play, Tim, the final 3:55. It is a 10-point lead for Conway, but when we come out of the timeout, North Little Rock will be at the free throw line.
Yeah, so it's very interesting that we've stayed in this man defense. We're putting them on the line occasionally because of it. But what it's done is it's taken away so far in the second half, really taken away the three-point shot. They did a couple, but one of them was off an illegal screen, so they got a benefit to get that one off. So it's kind of a give-take thing, right? So you shut them down better defensively. They're not able to get the points that they were getting early on with those open threes. But the problem is you got fouls. So if North Little Rock knocks down the foul, stops the clock, that's how they want to score. You're going to see them. If we're going to guard the 3 like this, you're going to see them penetrate and go to the line. That's what they're going to do.
It is the Centennial Bank 6A state final here on Conway Corp. And we come out of the timeout, the media timeout. Jocelyn Tate at the free throw line for North Little Rock. Misses the front end of the first one. North Little Rock 6 for 11 now at the free throw line. Tate with 9 points in the game. She hits the second, she gets to 10.
Pressure again from North Little Rock on the inbounds.
Get it to Clardy. Clardy gets past the double team. Lady Cats in transition. Clardy shot, tough shot up, won't go. North Little Rock in transition. Brown on the other end. She misses the layup. Alexis Cox fighting for the rebound, draws the foul on Brown.
Wow, that is an absolute beastly foul right there. I mean, both going for it. You had to pick one, and Alexis had the better position. It's the right call, but boy, I'm glad they're both okay.
Savannah Scott is back in the game. Savannah and Alexis both playing with 4 fouls.
Wow.
And Alexis Cox is going to go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
Well, great job that time by Camille, not fouling, but putting her in a position to make an awkward shot, and she blew the shot.
Alexis sinks it. Man, some pressure free throws here in the fourth quarter, and Conway just done so well at the line. Lead back out to 10.
Jinx.
Can't get it to 11.
Thanks, Levi.
Edwards working around Evans. Clardy fighting through those screens. They will call it this time. Thank you. Oh, man. And that's big in these final minutes, because now Evans and them, they're going to be thinking about that the rest of the way.
Well, and it's the right call. They've missed a couple, but they had two officials call it.
The Lady Cats now just one foul away from the double bonus. Backdoor pass into Alexis Cox. Savannah Scott gets the rebound. She's hacked, no call. Alexis Cox's second chance attempt won't go. Savannah gets another chance. Wow. Conway's going to come away with nothing here.
Yeah, 3 good looks there. Just couldn't get it to knock down.
Freeman gets it over to Evans. Evans cuts it down to 8. We're under 3 minutes to play. Samaya Jordan bringing it up for the Lady Cats.
Working some clock. They're content to do that with an 8-point lead. They have the advantage there. Just got to find a good shot. We had a good shot last time. That was a good shot.
Samaya. Shot won't go. Cox is going to end up with it. Her second chance attempt gets the lead.
She has been absolutely amazing in second chance points.
Tate forcing the issue on the other end. Her shot won't go. Evans' shot won't go. Samaya Jordan's going to get the rebound. Feeds it up to Clardy on the other end. And Clardy extends it to 12 with 2:16 to play.
Guerin could not foul. Guerin Freeman was the only one back, and she could not foul. That would have been her 5th.
We close in on the 2-minute mark. Lady Cats up by 12. 3-point attempt won't go. Camille can't control the rebound in. And North Little Rock going to get another chance here with 2:01 to play.
Tough break there for the Lady Cats. Camille had a great position rebound, just glanced off of her hands.
Coach Hutchcraft wants a timeout. We're going to take it with him. Final minutes of action here in the 6A state final. Coming at you next here on Conway Corp. Lady Cats with a 12-point lead, 2:01 to play here in the 6A state final. It's number 1 versus number 2 against the defending state champion North Little Rock Lady Charging Wildcats.
Man, it's been a physical, tough second half, and who would expect anything different? These two teams just going at it toe-to-toe. So it's North Little Rock inbounding underneath the basket now.
Freeman throws it up, gets Edwards on the long pass. Edwards going in strong, shot won't fall. And they will get, I think it's going to be on Chloe Clardy. That is going to be her second foul. Clardy with 20 points here in the game.
Yeah, aggressive on the rebound. Good call by the officials.
It's going to send Edwards to the line. 2 free throws the rest of the way for both teams.
Yeah, and this is where they like to score. They're going to have to score with no time run.
They're going to wave that off, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The officials talking the call over here.
I don't know. Was it on? Was the shooter? Maybe they're talking about the shooter.
Lady Cats gonna convene in the paint.
Yeah,
talk things over.
It was about who should be shooting foul, and they don't know.
Well, Coach Hutchcraft's not happy about it.
I mean, they're wrong here. By the way, she was not anywhere close.
So it was someone else that was shooting that should be at the line, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean,
Edwards hits the first and the second, cuts it back down to 10. Samaya Jordan will bring it up for the Lady Cats.
going to work some clock, 30 seconds to go.
Double team coming over. They get it to Clardy. Clardy going to dribble around.
Looked like they were willing to foul Samaya when she had the ball. Yeah.
They're going to call a travel on Samaya.
Yep.
1:35. They did work some of the clock down.
Empty possession, though.
Freeman playing with 4 fouls, brings it up for North Little Rock. Trying to get it to Edwards. Clardy steps in front. She steals it away. Gets it up to Cox. Alexis Cox gets the bucket on the other end. Lead back to 12.
Great defense by Chloe at the stripe. Oh, my gosh, from the floor.
Edwards
That's
pulls
blocked.
up for 3. It's blocked by Clardy. Savannah Scott's going to end up with the rebound. Gets it back to Chloe. Closing in on a minute to play. Lady Cats up by 12. The student section and all the fans coming to life here in Hot Springs. And April Edwards going to have to foul Samaya Jordan and send her to the free throw line. 57.4 to play here in the game. A 12-point lead and 2 shots coming up for sophomore Samaya Jordan.
That's superior defensive. They're going to have to check Chloe's got blood on her arm. They're probably going to need to do something with that.
Samaya hits the first.
See, Chloe's trying to hide it.
She's trying to. I don't blame her. I'm not coming out of this.
Not coming out of that.
Camille Brown and Caden Beckwith check back in. All 4 seniors on the floor for the Lady Cats, and Samaya Jordan extends it to 14. Edwards brings it up for North Little Rock. Gives
Quick
it to
three,
Brown.
yeah.
Open 3. And she sinks it. My goodness.
They're going to have to foul now.
They break through the pressure. Caden Beckwith has it. They get it over to Clardy. That's who you want it to be in the hands of. Now with Camille.
There's
Over
really
to
not a lot they
Samaya.
can do at this point.
Yeah.
Let the countdown begin.
Under 30 seconds to play, and the Lady Cats going to run some more time off here. Conway going to walk away today with the 3rd championship in program history. Final seconds of action. Brown puts up a 3. Put back by Evans won't go. It's just not going to matter, ladies and gentlemen. They'll let Evans take another 3 shots at it. It's not going to matter. The Lady Cats are champions again for the first time in 9 years and the 3rd time in program history. Man, oh man.
What an amazing run this year has been. Congratulations to Coach Hutchcraft, Coach Johnson, all the seniors, everybody in the program, trainers, all that stuff, all the little things. This program did it this year when everybody was against them and thought they could not do it. They did it this year.
We've talked about it throughout the season, throughout this postseason run, but all of the pain and absolute agony that these girls went through a year ago, getting upset in the 6A quarterfinals against Central, to come back, to reset, to know that you have what it takes to get back here. And it's not a given. We've talked about it all year.
Gosh.
We know it's not a given. We learned that lesson last year. They come into the state tournament playing the best ball they have all season long. And then in an absolute defensive slugfest here in the finals, number 1 versus number 2, your Lady Cats take down to the defending state champions to get their rings. Man, oh man, so proud of these Lady Cats and Coach Ashley Hutchcraft, what she's done. LaShawna Johnson, De Los Santos, all of them being able to get these girls back together and refocused after what they went through a year ago, and they come out on top.
Well, I mean, the pressure to deliver when it's expected is such a difficult thing to do when you're the underdog. Everybody's pulling for you, and you have nothing to really to lose, a lot to gain. But in the case of being the hunted and being the one expected, it's so difficult, and they did that.
Here they go. Introduce your 6A ladies state champions, the Conway Lady Cats. Gosh, it's got to feel good.
That's going to go up high with Savannah Scott. That is going real high.
All 6'4" of her holding it up, hoisting it up high. Take a look at the final numbers here. Chloe Clardy finished with 20 points today, 3 for 5 shooting on three-pointers, perfect at the free throw line, 3 for 3. And Alexis Cox and Savannah Scott both had 14 points. Samaya Jordan finished with 6, Camille Brown with 5, and Emery Bohannon finishing out the scoring with 3. We're going to hold it here just for a little bit. I want to know who the player of the game is going to be. We assume it's going to be Chloe Clardy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the most valuable player award.
Here it comes.
From Conway, Arkansas, Chloe Clardy.
And it will be Chloe Clardy, the 2-time Arkansas Gatorade Player of the Year. And she picks up MVP honors here today.
Absolutely.
And you see the difference in this game as opposed to the last 2 years. Chloe leading scoring with 20 points, but not having to carry that load alone as you had Alexis Cox and Savannah Scott both with 14.
That's right. She had a lot of support this year. She had it last year. They just couldn't come through. They were so tired. This year, it was the support mechanism behind Chloe that delivered an awesome job.
Well, we've been proud to bring all this action to you, all the conference home games this season, and getting the chance to do a hometown call here in the state final for your Lady Cats. So proud of what they've accomplished this season, and I'm proud for all these seniors. Big thanks today. It's been a small crew for us today, but big thanks to Justin King wearing lots of hats today, getting this set up for us. Of course, our executive producer here in the house with us to my left, Jeff Matthews, just been doing a great job all season helping make sure these broadcasts happen and that we can bring this action back to you in Conway. That is going to do it here today in Hot Springs, and man, cannot think of a better way to end this broadcast than with a championship.
Your Lady Cats are champions.
All right, thanks for watching all season long. We've got baseball and softball coming up at the end of the month. 6 straight Tuesdays of spring sports coming up on Conway Corp. But thanks for watching Conway Lady Cat basketball this season. Thank you.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a great finish
Thank
to
you.
the season. I know it is great to be up here in this position.
Sure.
And everything. Don't you just like to make an opening statement? It was excellent.
Sure. Obviously, it was a great game, a battle of two, known opponents. North Little Rock's awesome. They got an awesome coach. Anytime you can beat any team 3 times in a year, I think it says a lot about your program. But if you can beat North Little Rock 3 times, I think that's a testament to our team as a whole, especially our seniors, and especially these 2 young ladies that are sitting up here.
Coach, first thing, happy birthday to your dad.
Thank you.
5 years ago today, he won his last
He did,
state championship. Half a decade later,
Uh-huh.
you get one today. How much easier does it make on you as a coach and on your team when you've got 3 in double figures? Chloe had 20, Alexis 14, Savannah 14. That's 40. It's just going to be 48 or 62 on
Sure.
the board, on the scoreboard. How much does that make it?
Oh, I mean, it makes it really easy. So, just super proud of all of them. Obviously, these 2 showed up big. Lex has been big all year. Our 2 players that are off the bench, Samaya and Emery, they're sophomores. Them 2 and Lex. Samaya and Emery could start for anybody in the state. So to have them as a spark off the bench is big. And then our other 2 seniors, Caden Beckwith, who's our point guard, and Camille, who's, kind of our defensive specialist. We all have a role, and I think they do their role really well.
Doc, second half there, Savannah picked up her third midway through the third quarter, and you kept them from taking advantage. I think you scored like 8 to 7. You were already up 7 at the time. How big was that to maintain the lead with Savannah on the bench there for?
It was big. I think we were all a little, oh goodness, Savannah's coming over here on the bench. But when you have someone like Lex, who is she's not real tall, but she's very strong. she can guard a guard, she can guard a post player, she can pull a post player out and attack. And we were really able to pick it up a little bit defensively, and I thought we were able to attack the rim really well, almost a 5-out situation, and so they had to make a substitution, and I thought we took advantage of really getting to the basket.
First half, Brown and Edwards had like 19 under 27 points. They were shooting the ball well from 3. Coach Fettel said you switched to a man. How about defensively adjustment in the second half? Because you shut down the 3-pointer in the second.
Sure. I felt like we've been pretty successful in our 2-3 zone this year, but they were making some big shots. But one of the main reasons that we wanted to start out in our zone, we're really good when nobody's in foul trouble. Even though Sav picked up 3, we were able to keep them on the court most of the game. And so that is one of our biggest things about being in the zone the first half. Is something that we talked about before the game. If we can stay in that zone, make it a game for a half, then in the second half we can do what we want to do. And then when we got into halftime, we all looked at each other and was like, let's go, come on, it's time to man up, and I thought we did a good job in it.
Coach, there were high expectations on this team all season long. To get to the end and deliver on those expectations, how does that feel?
Oh man, I think I speak for everyone on the team. Last year, we were at this point 1 year ago. Am I wrong to say we were depressed?
We was ready to go.
Yeah, we were depressed. I was probably at home in PJs and sitting in a dark room. And we literally had to pick each other up to come back from what was extremely disappointing last year. Not many teenagers can do that. Most teenagers, most people blame each other, move, go to a different school. Every single person on our roster is from Conway, Arkansas. We have no transfers. These are K through 12 Conway kids. You tell me where you find that. And that's what we did. We took a couple weeks off, and then we got to work. And we didn't work harder. We worked smarter. We started talking about peaking at the right time. And then we talked about writing our story. And today before the game, the speech was, hey, this is the ending of our story, okay? And how are you going to write it? And I think they wrote it pretty well.
Chloe, for you, is this kind of the storybook ending? How you drew it up to this year and to your time at Conway?
Yes, sir. We worked all year for this, every day on the court, outside of just practice. So to be here, we did it for each other. So.
Savannah, a big game for you. Even with that foul trouble, you had a double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds. You made your presence felt from the opening tip, and you established your presence. So what were you seeing out there that really helped you on both ends of the floor?
Just the little things like boxing out and stuff helped me personally do the job that I had to do for the team. And instead of us getting frustrated, I did get frustrated a little bit with my fouls, but I had to keep my head in the game because I know I was going to come right back in. And that's basically, yeah.
Coach, could you touch on just the impact that these two sitting next to you have made on this program and kind of the legacy that they've got?
Yeah, it's going to be irreplaceable. I think the amazing thing about these two is, it's just growth. Chloe's been really good since the 9th grade, but she's gotten better. You see a lot of players that they're better their 9th or 10th grade year than they are their senior year. And what people don't understand is Chloe, she gets the very best players. She gets the double team every night. And so she's constantly improved her game. Savannah in the 9th grade, she would walk into a room and she was embarrassed to be 6'4". Now she owns every single room that she walks in, and she's confident. And I think we're going to have little girls that are going to look up to them and go, I want to be Chloe Clardy. We're going to watch both of them on TV. They're going to have a post player one day and say, I'm going to be the next Savannah Scott. we're going to watch them playing at Stanford and Auburn, and and we're all going to be extremely proud of them.
Speaking of TV, you got to play on ESPNU for a national audience. It's rare for any team in high school to be able to do that, let alone from Arkansas. And that's a big deal. But being in that atmosphere, how did that help you moving forward the rest of the season? That you got to play in those big games against big good players, good coaches. It kind of gave you a little bit of confidence coming back from DC. Like, hey, we can compete hard, we can play with teams that count.
Yeah, absolutely. This year, God has really just walked in front of us, there's so many things that we could point out that people wouldn't understand, but I think we understand how it just feels like He has just made our steps every single time, and the DC trip was one of them. We really did a good job this year of scheduling tough opponents. Our 5 losses, 4 of them are nationally ranked teams, and the DC thing was just a God thing. I got a text message from a lady that said she was from ESPN and that 20 people could come to DC and play for free on national television, and we all thought it was a joke. I thought, somebody is playing a game with us because we just got beat, it wasn't. So I think that's one thing that we talked about through the state tournament and today. No matter who is in front of us, they're not Sidwell. We've played some really good players, and we've been tested all year long. And anytime you're non-conference, and we were able to put the DC in our 10-game conference span where we had no games. So again, just another God thing. It was perfect timing, and we lost 3 games in a row. We lost to Central, we lost to Sidwell, we lost to La Jolla, and when we came back from DC, we were struggling. These girls hadn't lost many games in 4 years, but it made us better.
Savannah and Chloe, turn the tables on Coach. What does that woman mean to you as meant you up to this point, and as you go on to the next chapter?
You go first. I can go first. It don't matter. Okay, I'll go first. Okay. Coach, I'm not gonna lie, she's really like my second mama, because like me coming up like since 9th grade to now, I've been through some struggles, and she always been there for me. And I know one thing about her, she always gonna have my back with the media, with the losses, with the wins. And when I was like in a slump, she was always there for me, and she was the only one who believed in me when some people didn't. So like she means like the world to me. That's why I told her this year I'm gonna get her that ring. I promise.
And for me, I've been waiting to play for her since I was little. I used to come to team camps, not team camps, the little Lady Cat camps, and I've been waiting on this, and so I was finally here, and I wanted to end it out on a bang, and we did that, and we're going to miss you when we go to college.
It's been bittersweet today, when it's the last game and they're walking out with their last time they put this jersey on. And I'm a player's coach. I love my kids like they're my own, and so it's hard. It is the hardest part of my job. Because I love them so much, but it gives me a reason to go to Auburn. It gives me a reason to go to California, and so I'm going to be watching and texting them and asking them what they're doing. And goodness, I'm going to be their biggest fan.
Yes, it means a lot, and our fans, they ride for us. They were in Washington, and they were in Texas, they were everywhere, so we knew we had to go out there and play for them. They traveled here, and we wanted to leave a show for them, and we appreciate their support, so yeah.
Piggybacking off of what she said, the real fans, the fans who went to Washington, who go to Texas with us, and I feel like they deserve this. All the gas they paying to get there, and all the tickets they buying, they deserve this just as much as we did.
I need to say this too. Both of these young ladies have amazing families. They're super supportive. It takes a village by all means. We've had a lot of conversations. Me and that both have that at home and at school. Their teachers, our whole coaching staff. It's definitely not just me. It takes a village.